Hello, friends. Welcome to TD Homestead. Today is July 17th, 2024. Just going to make a quick walk through the garden here. Had a few days, it's been some real scorchers, so it's hard to get out here until it gets a little bit later in the evening. Now it's almost dark, so we're going to have to make this a quick video. But as you can see, everything's looking nice and green. We haven't been harvesting as much as you might think. Everything as healthy as everything's looking. We've lost way too many tomatoes to bugs and disease, but we are harvesting a few, and seems like we've started to turn the corner. But I had to pull up a few because they're suffering from some kind of problem, disease or insect, something. But before we even go looking at anything over there in the vegetable garden, let's look at a couple of our container trees. So right here is a prog, and we're still waiting for that graft to heal up a lot better. Probably next year before we try to get that planted in the ground, but it's growing pretty good. Got plenty of new growth on it. And then right next to it is a changshaw, and the same thing with that. We're going to just grow this out in the pot probably for another year. We have already planted one of our changshaws in the ground, and so right there is this US 852 seedling. You can see it. It's got tons of new growth on it, and it's when we first got it, it was probably about this tall. So everything here is all new. And behind it, it's a couple flying dragons that we got from Baker Creek. And then that right there is the variegated flying dragon, the snow dragon that we got from One Green World. And it's got all kinds of new growth on it. It's looking pretty nice. I like the way that looks. One thing I've noticed about these flying dragons that I got from Baker Creek, though, is this one clearly has the flying dragon look with the downward curved thorns and everything, but that one right there does not really have that look, and it's a lot straighter than I would have expected it to be. So we just have to see how that one turns out over time. Behind it are little Trevita orange rooted cuttings that are still going along real well, and then, but right here, our moringa tree in the container. If you see right there, that moringa bean is longer than my arm. It's over 3 feet long. Starts up right here, goes all the way down to here. And we had a second one up there, and it fell off today. So I actually kind of knew it was going to fall off because the stem up here at the top never got thick like that one did. But I'll go ahead and eat that. I ate a small one that fell off, and it tastes pretty good. We just have to see how that tastes when we try this. But anyway, still looks like we might get a moringa seed pod to fully develop at some point, and it's trying to bloom for us again, and we got plenty of new growth trying to come back out. So we'll just have to see how things goes with that. And before we run out of light, let's move over here. I wanted to show you this right here. So this is our variegated Eureka lemon we got this year. Let me pull it out a little bit. You can see it's done a lot of growing. Something I noticed is it's got this branch down here on the coming out here at the bottom. There's no green anywhere on that branch, so I don't know if it's eventually going to change up and start getting more like these other leaves. But right now, it's only got the white look to it. It's the only branch on here like that. There's one other branch that was started out that way, but eventually it got some leaves with some green color in it. We'll just have to keep an eye on that and see where things go. But before we run out of daylight, I'll show you. We have been able to harvest some tomatoes. Say we're losing way too many to the bugs, but here's a Bradley. It's the biggest one we got so far. That's a nice tomato. And then right here next to it is a pretty decent Halsonator. As you can see, when they're sitting next to each other, big difference in color. This is more of a pink look, the Bradley, and then the Halcinator's red. But whatever's going on with some of these plants, I had to pull those ones that were looking wilty, and I got another one right here on the end that's starting to get that way. But besides that, you can see lots of tomatoes, if you look, that are starting to form and not have any issues with them. So we will get us a harvest. This ain't gonna be quite what I was hoping it to be. These are aromas, so most of the first ones weren't usable. Looks like we got a decent crop coming up now that we can use on this plant. So hopefully bugs and other issues won't take the rest of them out. We got this right here where they volunteered, two right next to each other, and this one beautiful, healthy, and the one right next to it's got whatever wilt issues that we've been having and had to pull those other plants. So thought it might be nematodes, and it still might be, but when I pulled the roots up, I didn't see anything like that. So I'm not sure what's causing it. I don't see any knots on any of these roots. It made me think, oh, it's root knot nematode or whatever, but maybe I just don't know what I'm looking for. Only thing I did think is that don't seem like that much root for that big of a tomato plant. So maybe just, I don't know, something's eating the roots up. There's the other root ball from the other plant, and those plants were just as big as these. So, you know, 6 feet, over 6 feet tall. Some of them are 7, 8 feet tall right there. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's caused it, but even from this angle, you can see lots of our trees and pepper bed behind them. Everything looks beautiful as far as being green. And we're just now starting to get us a decent harvest of peppers here and there. I actually see a bunch of yellow banana peppers down in there that need to be harvested. It's pretty dark, so I'm not sure how well you'll see those, but so that just tells me I got a good harvest of those in there. And over here on the super hot, definitely got a few starting to be ready to pick. There's a ghost pepper right there. But yeah, we're running out of light, so I'm just gonna have to go ahead and end this video. But anyway, thank y'all for watching, and until next time, be kind and enjoy your day.